to the OHIO podcast Thursday night call-in show. Eric turns way too stinking old edition of the OHIO podcast. It's good to have all of you with us tonight. Boy, my goodness, man. Steely, Lunatic Fringe, Troy, Sean Schrock, Tyler, C-Dub, Chris Wilds. Good to see all of you. Buck Vader, Lacey, Mika, Andre. My goodness. Curse Designs, Tony, Aaron. Good to see all of you with us tonight. Lisa. Good to have you with us tonight as well in the chat. Oh my goodness, our new friend from out in Cali. Lucia, good to see you. Your membership T-shirt is on its way. Thank you so much for your patronage. Good to see all of you tonight. Thank you so much for wishing me a happy birthday. Does anybody know how old I am? Let me know if you know how old I am in the old comment section. The Natural, good to see you tonight as well. My lovely wife is in the chat as well tonight. Good to see her in the chat. Lacey, you nailed it. 100%, girl. 22 times 2? Yeah. Tyler got Aaron. I think you might have been first. 44. I've taken 44 trips around that giant burning star in the middle of our solar system. And I thank the good Lord for Troy. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate that, buddy. Why is it that every Troy I know has a great sense of humor? I'd like to know that. Yeah. I would love to know that. I would love to know that. Well, guys, I have been incredibly busy this week. This week I have recorded more in this past week than I have ever recorded in my life. Every single night, recording 3-4 episodes of the OHIO podcast, our Big Ten videos where we're previewing the Big Ten schools, the college huddle videos, college huddle, that's really hard to do. College huddle videos, and all in preparation for the fact that my dear wife and I are going away for our anniversary. Our anniversary is actually July 4th. We got married on July 4th, 2015. 10 years she has put up with me. And so we are going on a vacation and getting away for our anniversary. And so that is what we are planning on doing. And I then turn 44 on Saturday. July 5th is my birthday. I will be 44 years young on Saturday. And so it's going to be a birthday / anniversary getaway. And so I wanted to make sure that you all had plenty of content this upcoming week. And of course, Chris will be taking over this week on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday for our live shows. Sean and TG will be doing their show on Tuesday. Sean, I think, is helping Chris on Sunday as well. Mika might help out as well. And of course, TG, we appreciate her. She'll be helping out as well, too. So lots of great content still going to be coming your guys' way. If any news breaks, I'm sure they'll do a video on it for you guys. Yeah, Lucia, party at Boggs' Casa. Yeah, indeed. Party tonight. Hey, look who it is. It's the reason why I even have a birthday. That lady right there gave birth to this child 44 years ago. I've often said this. I feel like birthdays should be Mother's Days. Like I didn't do anything. Like, why are you all celebrating the fact that I was born? I didn't do anything for it to happen. Like that was all her. I was all her work right there. Her work. Man, I can't get this right today. Her work. Anyways, so I guess we could all celebrate Mama Boggs giving birth to this crazy Buckeye. Phone lines are open 567-483-1999. We're going to party like it's 1999. We're also going to party like it's my birthday. If anybody wants to give a super chat for the Podfather's birthday, I'm open to that. I'm not against that as a nice little birthday gift on this my birthday call-in celebration. The Pod Mama. That's Buck Vader. The Pod Mama's in the house. That's right. That's right. I'm not against any super chats. If anybody wants to go ahead and throw a super chat my way for my birthday, I would gladly accept that as a token of your appreciation for what we do here at the OHIO podcast. Yeah, my mom says my dad says he helped. I was he even in the room? I don't even see my dad as being a kind of guy who was. Maybe he was in the room. I don't know. He helped. Yeah, I get. Yeah, he sure didn't he? The Natural with a $20 super chat. Happy birthday. Enjoy that 44. Thank you, buddy. The Natural giving me a $20 super chat for my birthday. I appreciate that. Chris says I need to leave the fridge full, the keys under the doormat. We will all celebrate your birthday at your crib while you're on vacation. Sure you will. Yeah, sure you will. All right, guys, we're gonna have a good time tonight. I want to talk to as many of you as I possibly can this evening. That's the plan. So let's just jump right into it. All right, let me pull open my call-in sheet. And oh yeah, by the way, I've been having some computer troubles on live streams. I think what is happening is my computer is dropping my internet every now and then, and when it does, I end up losing the call. So if that happens tonight, don't panic. I will be right back on, and everything will be just fine. So that being said, how about we get started off with a bang tonight, shall we? What's up, TG?
Yo, what up, Eric? Happy birthday, man.
Thanks, girl. Thanks, I appreciate that. Just think, you get to live your entire life all over again, and you still won't be as old as I am right now.
Eric, y'all do the most.
So you can take some comfort when you lay your head on your pillow tonight, TG. That you got a lot of life ahead of you compared to this old fat guy.
Thank you very much, but you got some life for you too. Don't get it over your head.
What's on your mind tonight, TG?
Ugh, well, I'm not gonna lie. I have just been doing a lot of research on the house settlement to see how this whole thing would actually shake out fully. And like some of the research I did, it was actually like it's apparently like it's not fully. I'm gonna say this: the CSC is not settled in yet. But even though the House settlements rules have taken into effect, they haven't settled in yet. So when they fully come into effect, they're going to start enforcing the rules. And I got a pretty good idea as to who is going to be the very first victims of the rule. I think we all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's interesting that you bring this up, TG. I just recorded a video with Mika and Chris that'll go tomorrow morning. That'll be out tomorrow morning. That hits on this a little bit, and about where Ohio State is when it comes to recruiting and NIL, and how we just need to tell, like we try to explain to everybody, like, look, just chill out. Nothing, the sky's not falling. Ohio State is doing this the right way, and there's a lot of people who are going to have egg on their face when everything gets settled. But that being said,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, that being said, I think Ohio State's doing everything exactly like they should. I trust D'Antoni. I trust Ryan Day. I know what they're doing is the right thing here, and I'm not worried about it. And we got we got a top 5 class, TG, and we're doing everything by the book.
I think we have like the number 3 or number 2 class overall, and doing it by the book. And I'm so sick of people because I've had to listen to. This is why I hate the Buckeye beat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna roast these idiots. Y'all are the dumbest set of fools on planet Earth who write these dumb articles talking about the whole thing with Ross Bjork and the NIL, and then you're going after Larry Johnson. I don't know how many times people like me, I would even say Chuck on Bucks. I'm going to give him credit for this too. And how many times people like Nevada Buck and all of us have to say it on multiple occasions about the freaking NIL stuff. The NIL is fine. You can't just go around offering big chunks of money out of NIL like you did during the Wild Wild West. I don't know how you guys don't do your research on the freaking rules, is number one. Number two, Ohio State's hands are tied with how much money they can provide to these kids because unlike Scum, unlike USC, unlike a lot of these schools, they have talent on this roster that they're paying with the revenue sharing. For God's sakes, people. They cannot afford to just pay everyone. Like, I've already talked about how the offensive line and defensive line, we got $2.7 million combined in that room over 18 players. Like, and you expect them to pay guys like Luke Waffle, Carter Meadows, and guys like that half up, and not even just half, like half or more than half, almost the exact same amount of money that the defensive line room as a whole is making. Like, again, Luke Waffle's making what, $2.6 million? If he's making 2.6, he's making almost as much money as the entire D-line room of Ohio State, almost, just a point below. If he's making almost as much money as the defensive line of Ohio State, man, you better be a generational talent. You better be a two-time All-American. It's the same with Carter Meadows, man. You better be an all-around generational talent for you to be getting paid big bucks at half of an entire room full of talent. I'm sorry to tell people, Ohio State's never going to do that for a recruit unless you're a Jeremiah Smith, a Caleb Downs, or from everything I'm hearing, a Devin Sanchez, who people believe could be a generational defensive back. They call him the Jeremiah Smith of defense. Freaking Mechadon talked about it on our show where he said the same thing. And it's like, if you ain't that level of a generational talent, you don't deserve that money. I think that's how Ohio State should really be putting pressure on these kids to be asked for money. Basically, it's like, you better be a generational talent. That should be the freaking standard. Like, I don't care if the kids, that's the standard. That should be your standard from here on out. Just generational talent. Ask for all that money.
Yeah, 100%. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that TG, I don't think people are thinking about. And I addressed this in tomorrow's video a little bit. Now, I liked Carter Meadows. He was the one I wanted. I've been saying it for months. I really hope we get him. We didn't. But Carter Meadows has at least 1, if not 2 years of development before he even sees the field, in all honesty.
Yep.
And if you're going to, and from what I'm hearing, his quote unquote NIL deal is front loaded. What is going to stop him from leaving? Nothing.
Punishments to Scum. No, actually, here is what could is punishments to Scum, because whether you know it or not, front loading is not going to help. It's not. As a matter of fact, from everything I understand, it could lead to, from me reading the rules, is it could be a rule violation of the settlement. So, like, you're already here breaking the rules of the settlement, and the CSE, and we just started this. I've actually talked about this with Sean not that long ago about how Michigan's already breaking the rules with the House settlement, and it's not shocking to either of us that they're just front-loading these kids with a bag ton of money. That is absolutely illegal. Clearly don't understand the rules. So at the end of the day, I really, and not only that, I don't even think these kids have to really work for the NIL money, which is even worse. So I would believe if that's the case, I think this kid is going to be ruled ineligible and unable to play because, remember, the House settlement says with the NIL deals, you have to actually work for those.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't just front load a bunch of money. Like, you have to work out NIL deals that are in the, how do I say this? The trend, put it this way, that are actually like 600, but like $600 and below is the most you can do. You
So
can't have more
yeah,
than one outlier.
the
The only time
whole
you can have one outlier
right.
is if it's a guy like Jeremiah Swartz. That's acceptable at that point.
The whole concept behind that was that they wanted to see that the NIL deals were level across the field and the playing field for everybody. Meaning, if a player does
Yeah,
a commercial for a Ford dealership, right, and that player gets $6,000 for that commercial, and then another player from the state, let's say from Indiana, he does the commercial and he gets $60,000 for that commercial, they're going to look at that and go, wait a second. How is that valued differently in this state compared to what the player got in the other state? I think that is the concept behind what they're trying to do. The argument some people are making, TG, is that it's not legal to do that because in a free market society, you are able to pay somebody what you view their value as being, and we all know that that's different in every area based off of what hey, I'm going to pay you 60 even though the commercial's really only worth $6,000 for your time. I'm going to pay you 60 because wink wink, you're worth it. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen here. And a lot of people are saying,
yeah.
how can they fight this legally in the courts? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't even,
If I'm not mistaken, there is a federal judge that already deemed this, if I'm not mistaken, already deemed this valid for them to do this, which is why I think, but I mean, we're still, as Ross Bjork said it, we're still going to need Congress's help to uphold this. But if they judge from the Supreme Court, from the federal courts, have already deemed this, from Congress has already deemed this fair, I don't know how you could win this in a lawsuit if Congress deems this fair, especially when you have a judge that already looked over it. So, if we're being honest, we just need the courts to continue to help out with upholding these, because the reality is, I think it's more of you can't go over 600K. I think that's the most you can do for NIL. I think if you were to have multiple deals lined up, like I see what the Buckeyes are doing with, are going to try to do with their players and their recruits, is they're going to have multiple deals lined up. It's the same with USC. Now, again, I don't know if USC, because USC is kind of this confine where I don't know if they're breaking the rules or if they're following the rules. Like, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. There's a part of me that feels like with them spending all this money, like 2.6, and giving all these big bags, I'm like, you're kind of breaking the rules unless you're paying these kids, unless you are doing exactly what Ohio State does, which they do have the same confines of the sports group, where they can line up multiple NIL deals to give these kids a bunch of big bags without making it look suspicious. That's the only way I see it. So I'm going to look in the USC still a little more to see how that looks. But if you have those kind of NIL deals lined up where these kids can still make a lot of money, multiple NIL deals, I don't think it's against the rules at that point. As long as it's within the confines, there's a loophole regarding that where you could just line up multiple deals and just make it within the confines. You do that right, I don't think anybody will say anything. It's how I've seen it. And I think there are some schools looking to do that. Georgia actually just started working in the same, they're starting to do with NIL of what Ohio State and USC are doing. No other school has actually followed suit with that, which I found that so funny. And if I'm all these other schools, I would probably follow suit with what the Buckeyes, USC, and Georgia are doing. I would probably do that. But the other part of it is, too, you still have to pay these kids right, because even if you front load, and I said this on the call-in show with Chris, if you front load a contract, it's not going to help you. It doesn't matter how it's structured. It doesn't matter, like, it's gonna hurt you as far as your revenue sharing, and it is going to count against your NIL deal, depending on how this goes. So it's gonna count no matter how much you do it. So you're gonna have to be careful with it. And for some of these kids, you're going to have to be careful when you're signing these contracts, because from what I understand, Florida State and a couple other schools are starting to have language in these contracts regarding you hitting the portal that could lead to financial hurt.
yeah, you got to pay it back.
You would have to pay back all that money.
Yeah, you got to pay it back.
Or a school would have to pay back that money if they get you out of the portal. A school would have to do that too. So Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like with these kids that are doing this, a kid like Carter Meadows kid, you can't do that because if you go to scum and you're miserable AF and you got to pay back all that money that they gave you, that's your fault, man. You can't go to places that you know you're going to be miserable, that you know you're not going to stay long, regardless of the money. Because the reality is, you might want to leave if things hit the fan, which they are, and you can't just buy kids with money. Because if you, I swear to God, scumming USC, if there's one thing they have not learned from Texas A&M, that's just how I see these two scenarios playing out. Texas A&M, because when stuff hits the fan, they're gonna just jump off the ship. It's like Ohio State's basically the only college football program that has any culture, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's also crazy to think about that Georgia with their crazy, I guess you could say, culture with all the speeding tickets might actually have the most integrity in the South right now when it comes to this thing. But
Yeah.
when two of the top five programs, and I'm calling Ohio State and Georgia both two of the top five, when they both are bringing their collectives in house, that tells you that they foresee something coming down the road. TG, I appreciate your phone call. We got a full list of callers who want to jump on here. It's great to have you lead us off tonight, and you have a great week. While I'm on vacation, you and Chris and Sean hold down the fort for me, all right?
Oh, you know we will. Eric and Vader. I'm gonna tell you this, man. You're absolutely right about Meadows. That dude needs to put on some muscle. And Eric, I got one more question for you.
Sure.
How good is Michigan's D-line coach?
I have no idea. I don't even know who it
The reason
is.
why I asked that is because everybody talks about him as being the best defensive line coach, and I'm like, I'm sorry, did Larry Johnson retire or something? Like, since when is this guy the best D-line coach? I don't know. I have not seen anything, so that's why I asked you. I have not seen. Looking this guy up. I have not seen what makes him one of the great D line coaches. I just don't. I don't. I don't.
Well, have you seen the video of the Michigan D lineman that Cleveland drafted in the first round? Have you seen the video of him with his shirt off? He
No, I
looked
have not.
he
At
looks
some point, y'all got to show me that.
he looks like me, dude. I'm like, dude, you're the first round draft. You look like you've been eating cheesecake and podcasting, bro.
Oh my god! You know what? Let me tell you something right now. If and I'm just gonna end it with this. If you choose Michigan over Ohio State, you will not have a successful NFL career. I'm just gonna tell people that now, because when you're talking about proof, proof of concept, when you look at Michigan the past 5 years with their players in the NFL and Ohio State, there's only one player out of Michigan that has actually had a successful career, and that's Adrian Hutchinson. That's it. Every other player from Michigan, this is my prediction. I am going to be paying real close attention to Will Johnson, to Kenneth Grant, to Mason Graham, to see how and Coastal Lovely, to see how all these guys do in the NFL. Because I'm telling you right now, if they suck, I promise for some fans, you're never going to hear the end of it from me. I promise you. I've already been wailing on you guys for y'all talent, how bad they've been, how trash they've been in the NFL, and compared to the Buckeye talent, even the guys that went undrafted are better than your guys that got drafted. Imagine that. So I'm gonna just say this now: for Scum, you better hope Mason Graham and them don't turn out to be the bust I think they will be, just because I've seen this so many times with players like yours, where y'all have this great tape, even though your tape is broken because of the cheating scandal. And then when you go to the NFL, now you actually are going to have to be able to read a defense or offense. So you better hope you don't suck. I promise to God, y'all better hope. Because if they do, you're never going to hear the end of it from me. Especially for Ohio State players and their rookie seasons are dominating. And if they dominating and your players suck again, you're never going to hear the end of it from me. I promise to God you're not.
All right, TG. Have a good night, girl.
You too. OH.
I-O.
Go.
All right, real quick here, we've got a 1999 super chat. Happy birthday. Enjoy that 44. Thank you, The Natural. Lucia Buck, $10 holla. Happy birthday. Got to run, but we'll catch up with the show later. Thank you, Lucia. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, I'm not against getting some birthday gifts today, guys. I'm not against that. Some happy birthday super chats. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next caller. Let's keep it rolling. What's up, Tyler?
Eric, happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks, man. I don't look too shabby for 44, do I?
You look like you're enjoying 44 years on this earth.
I look like I could suit up for the Cleveland Browns if you're comparing me to Mason Graham.
But I'm glad you just mentioned that, Chris. No, I'm glad you just mentioned that, Eric. So, Chuck mentioned something a couple days ago or yesterday. You know how Michigan said that, oh, we don't buy players, we develop them.
Yeah, that's what they said.
But now their new thing is, oh, Ohio State got no money. They can't buy players. We have more money than they do.
They can't. They can't. They always talk, Tyler. That's all they do. They just talk. You should go look at the video that Chris and I did a couple days ago, and go look at all the comments from all of them. It's ridiculous, man. I made the video. I think it was yesterday morning on Jeremiah Smith. Half the comments are from their fan base. Half the comments are from their fan base.
They swarm like a hornet's nest.
It's unbelievable.
As soon as you bring them up, Eric, it's like they swarm in like a hornet's nest. And they go blue, go blue, go blue. But 13-10, built not bought. I just can't, so now. And recruiting apparently does matter to them. But
yep.
I remember back, what was it, 2021, 2022, that they didn't care about recruiting.
Right.
So maybe I don't understand this, Eric. Maybe I'm a little bit confused. What exactly is the difference between 2 years ago till now?
They won in 2023, albeit, with an asterisk, and they have a 4-game winning streak on us, according to them, and that's what they're going to hang their hat on. Anything that they can use to prop up whatever narrative they're going to push, that's what they're going to do. So, for instance, we had an undefeated championship. You guys had a 2-loss championship, and you have to beat the champion to be a champion, and you didn't. So your championship is flawed. It's not as good as ours, etc. And of course, I don't even reply with a word. I just reply with the asterisk symbol. That's all I do. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever, buddy. Here's your sign, right? That's all I do. So, I mean, getting into a war of words with these people is it's just fruitless. You're never going to change their mind. Literally, the only 2 Michigan people I have talked to in the past year, the only 2 that you can have a sensible conversation with are Burks and the guy I had on a couple weeks ago, Jerry. They're the only 2. Everybody else, I haven't been able to have a conversation with them on any level because they are Walmart Wolverines. They are fruit flies flying around rotten fruit, man. It's all they are, dude. It's crazy
exactly,
to me.
Eric. It's like talking to a caveman.
It is.
That's my description. They're like cavemen. They can't have a logical conversation with you for 2 minutes or a minute without bringing up 13-10. Oh, bought not built. No, built not. I can't even. Built not bought. But now they're saying we have more money than Ohio State, so I'm trying to wrap my mind around all this and their excuses, Eric, and their narratives that they keep making up is it's exhausting.
It is. It, try to avoid it at all costs. Avoid it. There's this one guy. He keeps showing up in the comments in just about, I don't know, half of our videos, and he's got a face, half of it's blue and half of it's maize, right? And I said to him, I
Uh-huh.
go, "Why are you hiding behind a mask? Like seriously, what's your deal? You know?" And it's just so funny to me. They talk real big. They're keyboard warriors. They talk real big, but when you actually call them out on anything specific, they have no argument. It's unbelievable to me. But it's hopefully this will all come to an end here soon.
And apparently, too, Eric, I didn't get the chance to watch Scoop tonight, but on B. Moses and Nevada's show tonight, apparently Oklahoma State got in trouble too. With and they've been saying, "Hey, this is another example of saying, Michigan, this is your future. This is your future." I don't know what Oklahoma State did, but this is just another nail in the coffin, whatever it is. I have no ill will with Oklahoma State, but it's Michigan. This is just another example. This is more validation of what I've been claiming and what other Buckeye fans have been claiming. If I'm wrong, Eric, I'll be the first to admit it. But this is just more proof that what I've been saying. So, but the other thing too, what I don't understand with Michigan is this, Eric, is so why is it that their fans they immediately go straight to saying, "Oh, they go straight to confrontation. They go straight to getting all aggressive towards us because they know they lost an argument."
It's a part of the culture, online culture, especially on Twitter and Facebook. Um, we as a society as a whole, Tyler, have lost the ability to portray common human courtesy online. We lose all sense of courtesy. It's kind of like people who drive on the freeway, right, Tyler, who have road rage. And they scream and they holler and they honk their horn and they flick people off, etc. But those same people would never think to do that face to face with somebody. Because obviously, when looking in the eye of somebody else, they realize this person probably could inflict some bodily harm on me if I were to do that. But behind the steering wheel, they feel protected, and they can just do that. And so online is even more so because you can hide your face and your identity. So a lot of people feel like they can do so, and so then it breeds this entire culture of humanity online that loses all sense of politeness and morality and etc etc. um what people can do online, they feel like they can do online what they would never do in real life or in person. Does that make sense? Did I lose?
Oh, I agree, Eric.
Yeah.
I agree. It's just it's honestly sad that when you're talking to them, it's it's it pains me to talk to them because it makes me feel like, why are we associated with you guys in the first place? Why are you associated with us as a rival? You don't deserve us.
Yeah.
You really don't.
It's getting that way, isn't it? It sure feels like it's getting that way. Yeah. I mean, I can give you another example. There's a lot of people who would never consider cheating on their spouse, but they can hide their actions online, and so they go and they run to things that they would never do in person, but they would do it online. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So these same people would never pick a fight with somebody in society for the most part, but they will online, and it's crazy to me. And so I try very hard to be who I portray myself here on the podcast with and for all of you guys is exactly how I am if you meet me in person. And I think a lot of you who have come to our tailgates and you have met Sarah, myself, Chris, you've met us in person. We are the exact same people in person that you see and you watch on a daily basis here on the channel. And I want to portray that same person online. And so I try to be polite and kind and everything else online too, because that's the kind of person I want to be. But it is what it is. Chris brings up something funny. Talking to Michigan fans is like trying to have an intelligent conversation with Dan. I have a Dan story for everybody. I talked to him this week. I found.
Oh boy! Please indulge us, Eric.
I found out where Dan went to high school. And it was exactly where I thought he went to high school. And
I got a better question.
yeah.
Did he get that 100 sacks?
No, not even close. By the way, you want to know what his high school team's record was the 2 years he said he played? 1-9 and 0-10.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah. I doubt Dan's going to show his face here.
Oh my goodness. But this is the man that supposedly that got 100 sacks, Eric.
Yep. Apparently. Yep. Yeah, I'll reveal that to everybody in a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was a fantastic find, and he finally admitted it to me. Anything else on your mind, Tyler?
No, Eric. I just want to say happy birthday, and I can't wait for you to indulge us with where he went to high school.
Yep, I'll be revealing that soon for everybody. Thanks for calling, buddy. Appreciate you, Tyler. Have a good night.
You too.
OH.
OH.
IO. Let's head down to the river. What's going on over there in that van, Sean?
What's up, brother? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Bogsy. Almost called you Wild Man.
Well,
sorry. Didn't mean to insult you, brother.
You can call me Wild Man with this cheesecake, man, and I'm telling you what, it's good. It is good.
Hey, man, you don't look a day over 50. I tell you look great, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. So what's on your mind tonight, buddy?
Oh, I tell you, I have never met a fan base that's more ignorant, hypocritical, or arrogant in my life than Michigan fans. I mean, wow. I mean, Georgia fans are pretty bad, but they can't compete with Michigan. That'd be the worst fan base there is.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's
I mean, talk
unbelievable.
about keyboard warriors. I mean, there's a lot of them that, I mean, they all hide behind fake names and they talk all kinds of trash to you, but I guarantee you none of them would say anything to anybody's face.
Yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee it, man. So it's just funny to me, the way some of these people act and carry on, and how they communicate, and what they say. And I'm just like, at some point, I can't wait for some of these people to get their comeuppance, man. I just can't. I listen, if for no other reason, Sean, than for just the arrogance, the stupidity of that fan base. I need the NCAA to hammer them, dude. I need it. I need it so bad. Now I don't think they will, but if they did, man, it would be poetic justice, is what it would be.
If anybody ever deserved it, it's them. I mean, seriously, for karma, I mean, for all that they do, all that they say, I mean, the stuff that they pulled, I mean, no one would ever think of doing it, and they did it. And it's just, then they act like it's no big deal, or how dare you try to punish us? We're Michigan. Like they act like they're like the New York Yankees and they won all these titles and they act like they're so great. I mean, they forget that they were freaking, irrelevant for like 40 years.
Yeah, I
I mean,
know.
how do you act so great when it took you over 70-some years to win an undisputed national championship?
I
Over 70 years, and you had to cheat to do it.
I know. I know. It's wild, dude. It's absolutely wild. And on top of that, on top of everything, you got, well, I think it was on Chris's show Monday night. They were having the argument about what is a blue blood, right?
Oh yeah,
It all depends on your definition. Like, everybody's having this argument, and I'm like, well, the argument really needs to be, what's your definition of a blue blood? Okay? Because if your definition is you had to win multiple national championships, and so many national championships, well, then, is Army a blue blood? Is Navy a blue
Penn.
blood?
I mean, not Penn, but Princeton.
Harvard,
I
Yale,
mean,
Princeton? Are they all blue bloods? Well, no,
yeah,
because they're not. They haven't won one recently. Also, it means you have to win one recently. Okay, that means Georgia, Miami, right? LSU. They're all blue bloods. So it depends on what the definition is. Do you count? Do you only count from the modern era on, or are you counting the totality? And if you look at the totality of it, and TG had a great point. If you're going to look at the totality of it, then that means you have to accept the fact that you can lose your blue blood status.
honestly, I think if they get busted if they get hammered and it comes out that they, all the cheating and everything that they did, they vacate all that stuff. They should get their blue blood status taken away from them because you shouldn't be a blue blood and pull that crap.
A blue blood program would never even consider doing that, right?
Exactly.
Uh,
Then they want to act like, well, and it cracks me up. I hear this all the time. Well, sign stealing is not illegal. No one ever said you weren't allowed to steal signs, you morons. That's the advanced scouting and what you did to go get the stuff.
right.
I mean, some of them people are just, I mean, I get so tired of hearing them idiots talk.
Uh,
And Tyler brings up a good point too, Eric. They sat there, their whole motto was built, not bought. Now they're throwing all this money around. They're like, oh, we got the most millionaires in our alumni than anybody, and now everybody's crying because we're buying all these players. No, they're crying because all you do is criticize everybody. Now you're doing it.
yep.
I mean,
And
it's a bunch.
I'm not complaining about them spending money on a recruit, I'm not one of these Ohio State fans who's crying that the moon's falling here. I'm not. In fact,
Yeah.
I want to once again encourage everybody to make sure you watch tomorrow morning's video with Chris, myself, and Mika. I put to rest a lot of this, and I explained to everybody again what exactly is happening and why we as Ohio State fans are okay with what's going on. There's a entire story with under the surface level here of what's happening. And if people have been listening to Chris and I for months, we've been hinting at this a little bit. Chris and I had a great conversation with Ryan Miller months ago, and he told us all about this months ago, what the idea behind Ohio State is and why they're doing this, and it makes perfect sense. And we go into that video tomorrow, so I want to encourage everybody to watch that. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad at Michigan for spending money on Curtis Meadows. Would I have liked to have had him as a recruit? Yeah, he was one of the guys I targeted that I liked, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get him just because I like him. And they used money to get him. Congratulations, you know.
Yeah.
Well done, I guess. I get that's your perspective on it. But there's consequences for that too. And I don't think that they understand that.
Well, they keep saying, well, you guys bought your championship. I'm just like, you guys brought in more transfer players in 2023 than we did in 2024 when we won our national championship. We had 3 starters that weren't developed at Ohio State. 3 transfer guys that started. 3 starters that weren't developed at Ohio State and went through the Ohio State program their whole time. So give me a break, guys. That's where I get, I'm just like, you guys are so hypocritical. If you're everybody can spend money now. Go ahead and buy your players.
Yeah.
If you want to spend money on 17-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids and throw them $3 million, go ahead.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't, unless it's like a J.J. Smith, I wouldn't, suggest doing that.
Sean, it's a built-in excuse, right? It's a built-in excuse. And, it was funny because someone said in the comment section to me, they said, well, what's going to be your excuse when you lose 5 years in a row? And I'm like, what excuse are you talking about? Should we have lost the game in 2024? No. Did you guys beat us 13-10? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we went on to win a national championship. What's your excuse for not being in the CFP?
See, that's what I laugh because they go, well, that's a Mickey Mouse championship. They had to expand it to 12 teams. I said, well, if it was so easy, why weren't you guys in it then?
Yeah.
And by the way, we spent you spent $20 million. I said, well, you guys spent $16 million for a 9-win team. I'd be pissed. I'd be mad at your school for spending that much money and only getting your 9 wins. I mean, I think what they're upset about now, Eric, is they beat us and they expect us to be all sad and depressed. But guess what? We lost. Big deal. We still won the national championship.
Yeah.
Now, if we would have lost and not won a natty, yeah, that would have hurt. But guess what? We won the natty.
My favorite comments from them. Are you ready? These are my favorites out of all of them. Mine are a little bit more unique because they come at me personally. And Chris knows where I'm about to go because he knows how much I hate this. Their comment about, and I got to try to remember how they exactly word this. But basically, they're like, I'll make a video about Michigan, or we have a video about Michigan in the comments. Rent free. We're living rent free in your head. And I want to be like, you watched our video. Who is living rent free? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like, I didn't go to your channel and watch a video. I never do. I watch 0 Michigan podcasts. 0. None. That I'm not making an Oregon symbol. I'm telling you how many of your podcasts I watch. None of them. Because I don't care. Like, why would I spend any time listening to you guys? But I'm somehow you all think you all live rent free in my head, yet you come here and you watch our content. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh, it's funny. They can't go a week without mentioning certain Ohio State podcasts. I mean, it's crazy. Every week they're talking about Ohio State people or player. I mean, they're always talking about us. It's hilarious. I was like, dude, get a life. I mean, I don't watch your podcast because I can't stand to. I tried to. I've tried to watch some of them, and I just can't get through it because it's just I can't deal with it because they're just. I mean, it's like Sam Webb. I can't stand listening to the dude talk, and he's so full of BS. It's disgusting.
Now Chris in the chat's really poking at me. I gotta tell him to shut up.
Well, at least he didn't say you drank hot dog water. So
well,
I mean, you know,
that was actually creative. That one was really good. There are cliches in sports I hate. And the worst one,
next man up.
What's the worst one? That is the worst one in sports. I can't tell you how many times Next Man Up has completely sucked. Bryson Shaw, anybody? Remember that one? Next Man Up, baby. Next man, another touchdown because the Next Man Up was just giving up.
Yeah. Oh, this should be good. It's Ohio State. Well, guess what? Not everybody's good. You can't replace certain people. I'm sorry. You say next man up. The next man up, if he was that good, he'd be starting in the first place, guys. There's a reason he is the next man up.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason why sometimes there are certain injuries where the coach drops his head because he knows who the next man up is. Trust me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't stand that one. That's my least favorite one. Here's another one.
Well, Will Howard got hurt. We heard next man up, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Here's another one for you. I can't get. We broke. A lot of Ohio State fans will say we broke the U, right? No, we didn't. We beat them. Then they broke themselves because of the decisions they made after that, right? So
that's like Michigan saying that they broke Nick Saban. I'm like, the dude's like 75 years old.
Yeah. You broke a 72-year-old man. That's like Ryan Day said, man, I really punked Lou Holtz, didn't I? What?
Like, the dude was ready to retire anyways. I'm just like, give me a break.
Yeah,
You made him retire. You didn't make the old man. You didn't make him retire. He was old. You didn't want to put in, 90 hours a week at his job anymore. He, wanted to go relax and enjoy retirement.
Yeah. Chris brings
and, make $5 million a year to work, a few hours a day at ESPN or whatever, whatever analyst job he's got where he's barely got to work and they pay him a hefty sum of money to watch football.
No kidding. All right, Sean, I got to let you go, buddy. We got 2 more callers we need to get to. I appreciate you calling in. Have fun.
Happy birthday again,
Thanks,
bro.
buddy. Have fun on the show Sunday night with Chris. Looking forward to you guys having that show, and I appreciate you holding down the fort with TG and Chris this week, buddy.
Hey, anytime, bro. Happy birthday again, man.
Appreciate it, my man. Have a good night.
No problem.
OH.
You too. I-O.
Yeah, we're just flying by tonight. Let's head keep trucking here. What's up, David? Welcome to the OHIO podcast.
What's going on, brother? Happy birthday.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, man. I'm sitting here enjoying a little cheesecake for dinner and enjoying life. I guess it's not too bad to be in my mid-40s.
Yeah, you'll look a day over 40.
Thanks, buddy. My beard says otherwise. It's turning more and more gray every time I look in the mirror.
Wait another 10 years.
Yeah, I got a really good retirement plan though, David. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
Since my beard is turning gray and I've already got the belly and I'm getting these rosy cheeks, I'm thinking I could be a Santa Claus.
I knew you were going there. I knew it.
I think I'd be a
Sure,
good.
why not?
My wife loves Christmas.
You are pretty jolly.
Yeah, my wife would make an excellent Mrs. Claus, I think.
There it is.
Yeah. I could take my podcasting skills to the Christmas world and start a Santa Claus podcast.
It's called the Noel podcast.
Yeah, I'd have to hire a bunch of little people to be my elves.
Maybe you could get that ex-running back from this freaking scum.
Yeah, good one.
The Lollipop Guild.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny, man. Well, what's on your mind tonight, David?
Oh man, I just the whole it never stops with those clowns.
No, it
It's
does,
just 'cause
dude.
a complete clown show up there with them. You know, it's just I suppose they got picked up another player or something today. You see, we got that quarterback out of Mission Viejo.
Yeah, man. Chris and I did a members only video.
Kid.
Yeah, Chris and I did a members only video on them for everybody. That'll post here in a couple days. Luke Fahey,
Yep.
Really good arm talent. He is deadly accurate. His story kind of parallels C.J. Stroud. Late blooming Southern California quarterback. Not really a lot of hype on him, but he is got a heck of an arm. And all of a sudden, now that Ohio State's in on him kind of before everybody else and sees the talent, he'll start to get a little bit more popular. I guarantee it. And then the second thing about it is he's a great gap stopper between TSC, Tavian St. Clair, and Edmonds in the 2027 class, both of which are five-star quarterbacks. So he's a good bridge between the two. I like everything about him. I think this is a great move by Ohio State and a great pickup.
I think it is too. I think it's a great pickup. I think we've been killing it. And I got told Wildman on Monday about the Carter Meadows kid. I think we're missing out on anything on him. He's chasing the bag. Go chase the bag. Go up there, flame out. He needs at least 50 pounds on his frame.
Yeah,
at least 50 pounds.
Yeah, he's thin.
And at 6'6", and looking at his film, honestly, I'm surprised he's a 4-star. I think it's because maybe they think he has a higher ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that high. I think maybe he's a 3-star. I don't see him as a 4-star player. His film's not impressive.
He's got real good quick twitch muscles. He's very fast off the line. He does have multiple moves. He's got a huge wingspan. If he can grow into that body, you've got something there, but it's going to take time. And that's the thing. Ohio State's not willing to spend that kind of money on an unproven talent that is going to take multiple years to develop. How do you look your current talent in your locker room in the eye and say, yeah, we just gave this kid who's done nothing in college a lot more NIL than you're going to get? That is what Sherrone Moore is going to have to do with his program next year. He's going to have to look some of those players in the eye who are playing and explain to them why they have less NIL money than the kid who's done nothing.
Yeah, you're loading up on kids that haven't done anything yet. They're not even on campus. They haven't done nothing. That's not a winning strategy. And of course, you can't expect that from like I said, that dude's like school on Saturday, man. He's got no class. he's not very bright. You know, let him just. I think it's hilarious because they think what they're doing is all that, and all they're doing is just digging a hole. And nobody, what's funny is nobody in the Michigan can see what's really happening here. I mean, they're like, oh, they're doing it. Okay, they broke the top 10 finally, but you know what? We just started July. It's December is still a long ways away, and not only that fool ain't even going to be coaching this year, anyways. That fool will not be coaching. He will get a show cause. I'm telling you right now, for at least 2 years. He's going to get at least a 2-year show cause. Look at the other coaches that haven't been embroiled in the amount of stuff that he's been embroiled with there, and they got 2-year show causes. So, and I think it's probably going to be somewhere to two, possibly a 3-year show cause, because deleted evidence. He was already on probation to start with, and I don't see him getting anything. I think the least you can get is a 2-year show cause. I think maybe they give him 3. They'll fire him, and the word's already been out that they were looking for another coach anyways, and they're going to get that hammer is coming in about another 30 days. That decision is coming down another 30 to 45 days. Right as we're going in, right as they're starting fall camp, or in the middle of fall camp, that decision is going to come down. The NCAA they have shown their hand in this on how they hand out stuff to Michigan. It always comes down either right before the spring game or right before the season started. So they're going to do the exact same thing to them because they have had enough of the arrogance that they think it's funny that they cheated, and then they're like, well, how dare you do anything to us because we cheated? Mm-hmm. The arrogance is it's mind-boggling. It's not even logical.
It's not. It's not.
It's not even logical. I mean, you're trying to freaking banter with imbeciles. You can't banter. You can't have a logical conversation with an imbecile.
Indeed, you can't.
So
you're 100% right.
And I saw something today. I can't remember the name of the podcast. They're on YouTube, and they're saying that whoever it was, it was ESPN. Imagine this. I mean, there's a whole nother group that's not evaluation wise or don't tend to be that good either. They're saying that Carnell Tate will be the breakout player this year for Ohio State. I'm like, I think the breakout player is probably going to be Julian Saint. That's going to be the breakout player. A breakout player is a player that really doesn't play that much, or hasn't played at all. That's a breakout player, not a guy that's already a starter.
Do you think they met? He's going to have like really, really good numbers.
They must have, but once again, we're talking about people that aren't very smart, evidently, because you're dealing with like SEC people, So, you're dealing with some low IQ individuals there that don't understand words. And go buy a dictionary and a thesaurus, for crying out loud.
If Carnell Tate
college education,
if Carnell Tate gets drafted in the first round, is that 5 or 4 consecutive? I think that'll be 5 consecutive years where Ohio State has put a wide receiver in the first round of the NFL draft, I believe.
I think you're right.
Because this past year, you had Emeka. You had Marvin before that. You had was Olave with Marvin, or was he the year before Marvin?
He was before Marvin.
He had
Yeah, Olave and Wilson
a,
both came out the same year.
yeah, because you had Wilson, you had Jackson Smith and Najigba as well, right?
Oh, you know what? It was Jigba came out. He was the one between. Jigba was in between Olave, Wilson, and Marvin.
Right. And I can't remember who was before them.
Mm.
We went 1 year. I felt like we went 1 year we didn't have one.
Yeah, I think it was maybe like 20. I think it was it. Was it? Anyway, who came out?
Because Terry McLaurin was not a first round draft pick, right?
The 2021 draft.
Terry McLaurin was not a first round draft pick, as I recall.
No, McLaurin was not a first round. I think he was a third round.
Of course, he's playing like he is, but played like he is.
Oh, he's one of the top receivers in the NFL right now. He's like, what, number 2, maybe number 3 receiver in the NFL right now?
Yeah. But anyways, it's unbelievable the amount of wide receiver talent Ohio State has produced. I was looking at all the records. Since Ryan Day has taken over as offensive coordinator and then / head coach. So you're looking at 8 years, the last 8 years of Ohio State football. He has single-handedly, under his tutelage, reset the record books in both for quarterbacks and wide receivers. The one position statistically on the offense that he's not been able to reset yet, and I don't know that he ever will just because it was the bread and butter of Ohio State for so long, is running the football. But it's the kind of world.
Yeah, I remember we also had a terrible running back freaking coach there during the time that he was started there. But now we got a running back coach that I think is the best running back coach in the country.
Yeah,
I do.
Dude, Coach Locke is awesome.
Look what he's gone and done and for us since he came in. Our run game, our guys are healthy. Our guys, you notice that our guys stay healthy now.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
And they like hit the like when they're hitting the gaps and they're that running back room is just a whole lot better, and he's a way better recruiter. Way better. He's a phenomenal recruiter. They're so happy to have him as a running back coach. I think that, like I said many times, I think we got the best coaching staff in the country, and I don't even think it's close. I think the next closest is Notre Dame, Texas. Whichever one you want to put at number 2, that's fine with me. I don't really care. I'm kind of splitting hairs there.
Right. Hey, big announcement. John Kennedy's going to be on the show Sunday night, July 13th.
You know, I've been watching his show a little bit at night at work.
He's something, ain't he?
And that guy needs to. I watch it because I think he's going to have a stroke on it or something.
Kennedy, well, I was joking with Kennedy. We were joking. I said, dude, what you need to do is you need to get a heart monitor, hook it up to some kind of app that you run on your show, so that when your blood pressure goes through the roof, we can all watch it like like your blood pressure just skyrocket.
He needs to get one of those, that you can get the big sledgehammer. You can hit the thing and send it up and hit the bell.
Yeah,
that's what he needs. One of the he needs one of that back behind him. It just goes up and hits the. I tell you, man, you talk about high strung. Whoa.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
So John Kennedy and it'll be your boy Boggs and Kennedy on Sunday, July 13th, on our discussion roundtable. Just him and me, man, going back and forth. I'm sure we're gonna yell at each other about a lot of stuff and then laugh about it. That's how we roll. But It's going to be a great show. You're not going to want to miss that, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling in tonight, David, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, have a good one. Enjoy the 4th, buddy.
Yep, you too.
Well, we've got a very, very special caller on the line. Phone lines are open, everybody. If you'd like to call in and chat tonight, please feel free to do so. 567-483-1999 is the call in. And by all means, everybody, if you want to send me a happy birthday super chat, I'll take it. I'll take it tonight, man. When you get this old and you look this ugly, it does make you feel a little bit better to get a little happy birthday gift. So if you want to send in a happy birthday super chat, by all means, feel free to do so. All right, guys, let's go all the way across the ocean to Australia. Matty B, what's going on, buddy?
Happy birthday, big fella.
Thank you, man. It's good to hear your voice, buddy.
Oh, it's been a while, but no, I always call up for your birthday, man, and I just hope you have a great day. And notice the cake's there, your annual cake is there, and you're enjoying it. So it's good to see you happy and alive and doing well, bro.
Yeah, dude, I thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're doing good. It's good to see you and your kids doing so well, man. Your kids look like they're growing up fast, bro. My gosh, they're just...
Oh, man. My kids are growing up that far. Like, I was looking back at some photos when I was over with you guys. And that's 3 years this year. And it's just like the change is just so quick. And like my daughter now, she's 10, turning 21. You ask her to do something, she just gives you this death stare. It's like, okay, we're going to be starting growing up pretty soon.
That's hilarious, dude. Yeah, I love all the pictures on Facebook, man, that you post and seeing your kids grow up and everything. But and I love it when you dress them in the Ohio State stuff, buddy. I love that.
Oh man, from the experience, and this is what I was going to mention last week. You and Chris, the experience you guys gave me and Grant, those couple of days we were there, and everyone, as soon as we'd start speaking, like. Remember this one couple, they were about in their mid-60s. They say, so you come all the way from Australia to come watch Ohio State? I was like, yeah, man, that's my team. I've got to tick it off the bucket list. And just the family atmosphere and the friendliness of everyone in there, it just makes you feel so welcome. I thought, you know what? I'm going to come home. I might just live in a town of 20,000 people, but I'm going to show everyone who I go for on college football. And I said to Archie the other day, I said, mate, it's your turn to go to Sydney for a trip. We go and watch our rugby league team. You know what he said?
What'd he say?
Dad, can we go to Ohio?
Yeah.
And I was like, mate, you got to convince your mother.
Yeah. Hey, now listen. I don't know if you're coming this year or not, but what you need to do is you need to save up a little bit more, if all possible, and just bring the whole family with you.
Well, I'll let you on a little secret. I had planned on coming. I had been doing some insider trading with some people over there to come across. But in just the short time, I just couldn't get there for this year. But next year, the wife's sort of given me the okay to come across. So it'll be definitely next year. 99% sure I'll be coming.
All right. Well, if you're coming, you're going to have to stay with me, all right?
Oh, 100%.
And I'll tell you what, all of the people in the chat who've gotten to know you, everybody in Buckeye Nation, all of the pod squatters over here, man. I tell you what, guys, when Matty B comes over, we need to give him just the best possible Ohio State vacation we absolutely can, guys. We will make that happen for you and your family.
Oh man, it's great. Like I don't know if I can get the family here because my daughter's been picked to go on a harbour cruise for her dance school. So we're going to some islands just up top of Australia on a cruise. And I said, look, I'm not big of a cruise, but I said, I'll go on the cruise if you can sort of let me go to Ohio, just go to Columbus for a couple of weeks. And after, and my wife said, "Oh, that's what's going to make you happy." Because I've always said I don't want to go on a cruise. I don't want to be stuck on a boat for 10 days. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'm planning. I would have loved, and I just heard you talking about how arrogant and ignorant all the team up north fans are, and that's why I was asking you there a couple of months back, saying, "Oh, what's the hostility like going to Ann Arbor to go watch a game?"
Whew.
I just wanted to get stuck in. I thought, nah, yeah, stuff for these blokes. I want to have a real crack at them.
Oh man, I tell you what, I don't. It would be hilarious to watch you to get in the middle of them. It's crazy. Roy, who's he's well in his. I think Roy's well into his 70s, and he's in our chat sometimes when he's feeling good, and he has a story,
Yep.
Matt, of when the last time he went to Ann Arbor, and he got physically assaulted while he was there. And he told me, he goes, Eric, I will never go back in my entire life. I will never go back to that place. And
and then the worst thing for like Australian sports. So unfortunately, as you know, my rugby league team, which is the Parramatta Eels, have got the same colours as the team.
I know. I stare at that jersey in my closet you gave me, and I can't put that on in the podcast. Matt, people will be angry at me if I wear that on the podcast, man.
I know. As soon as I do, like Grant's like, you know the rivalry. Man, yeah, I know the rivalry, but I've got to get them up. I'm trying to spread the Aussie love over to America. And the worst thing is, in Australian sport, like I was trying to explain to a couple of people, there's no real rivalry like that. Like, just say if my team plays the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, which is another suburb up in Sydney, you might, just say you went for the Dogs, I'd say, come on, we're going to the game. You go to a club, like it's called a leagues club, have a couple of beers, go to the game, that's it. No rivalry whatsoever. And it really ticks me off because I've experienced rivalries and that overseas. God, we're so far behind you guys in terms of rivalry and all that. And I try and instill it in my kids that, you know, for my local footy team, that's who you play for. If you want to play for someone else, you move out. And Melissa's like, but you can't do that to them. They're only kids. I said, yes. But there's only one team that I support, and that the kids will play for. And I said, rivalry is still alive. Loyalty is still alive. I'm just one who has to push it over here, but not many people do.
Huh. That's strange. That's like a foreign concept over here, man. Not have that build up hostility towards your rival.
Yeah, like a few years ago, like back in '09, I went to a Red Sox game, and being a Yankees fan, I kept my mouth shut. I thought, yeah, I know what's going on. Went to the game all fine, and then we went to a bar, and this dude, he made you look small. Was sitting at the end of the bar, and he heard us talking and chopped in and said, "Oh, we're from blah blah." And he goes, "Well, just go to the game," and I just sort of sat there and went, "Yep." What do you think? Yeah, good. He goes, "Oh, do you support baseball?" And at the time, baseball in Australia is virtually non-existent, you know. And he goes, "Oh, who do you go for?" And I said, "Oh, you know, yeah, that's who I go for." And he goes, and he got up, picked up the chair, come across. And he said, "You go for the Yankees, don't you?" I said, "Yep." And he goes, "You know what we do to Yankee blokes?" I said, "Well, you know what me and my three mates are going to do to you?" And he sort of sat down and went, "Okay." And the barman said, "Look, bro, they've been here for the last 2 hours, have done nothing wrong. Let them go." But at the end of the night, free drinks, free food, everything. I loved it. I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. You know what? I still laugh at the time, Maddie, when I took you to the Delaware football game, Friday Night Lights, and you called them the Delaware Dingoes.
Man, it was, like I think there was a couple thousand people there.
Yeah.
And I was telling them, like, when people come over and ask, and they ask what I'd do, I said, mate, go to a high school game first, college game second, and an NFL game third. And they say, why? I said, well, you experience what it's like in a small town, then you experience what college football is, and then NFL. And I said, mate, I had probably more fun at the local game for the kids. You're getting these stares from young fellas, and this one parent, I think, sitting next to me, said, "Oh, my son wants to ask you whereabouts you're from." I said, "Yeah, that's all right, man." He asked away, and this kid for about 10 minutes was asking me all these questions. I don't really know if he understood what I was trying to tell him, but yeah, he was interested. Let's put it that way. But I love talking to people.
Yeah.
Where we come from, and spread the Aussie way, how we do it down here, and yeah, no, I loved it. Loved every second of it. I said, if I win lotto, man, I'm buying a house in Ohio somewhere, just so I've got somewhere to go. I loved it.
It was a lot of fun, man. Definitely. And hey, next time when you come, you might be watching Xander out there playing. He's a freshman this year. He's 15 and he's a freshman. So next year he'll be a sophomore and probably be dressing varsity. So
Nice.
Yeah, you'll be able to see one of them who you know out there on the field. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Nah, it was good. It was good. Loved it.
Man, it is good to
How's your
hear
birthday
you.
been so far?
It is good to hear. Well, this is a great birthday gift you just gave me, dude. It is awesome that you called in, buddy.
Nah, no, I appreciate it. Like I said, mate, what you and Chris did for me is not many people can get that experience coming from where I'm from. And yeah, friends for life and all the people I meet on the line. Yeah, Tyler and who else is there? Well, I talk to your wife all the time. Yeah, I can't remember the names off the top of my head now, but yeah, no, I love it. And I was even thinking I'll talk to you offline there when it comes close. I might even try and do a if you do a live watch or live show during the game.
Yeah. We plan on
Yeah, but
doing
not too early. Like as long as it's not like 3 a.m.
Yeah, we plan on doing watch parties again next year. It went really well for us last year, so
Yep.
yeah, you'll be able to join in and with the chat and everything while the game's going on, and we've got plans for that. We got some plans for some other things too, Matt. So looking forward to that. What we really would be awesome is if next time you come over, we'll do a podcast together. How about that?
Done, man.
Yeah. Then you can.
Yeah, I'll be up. I'll be up for anything you throw at me.
Sounds good, brother. I appreciate you calling in, Matty. Tell the wife and kids we said hello from the States, man.
No worries, man. You have a good birthday, and hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, can't wait to see the footy to start. So you have a good day, bro, and enjoy your birthday.
All right, Matty. Take care, Matty B. Good to hear from you. OH.
Ayo. See you, buddy.
Take care. Hey, man, we even do that with Australians around here. That's how we roll. Oh, man. All right. You all were asking for the Dan story, and we can provide that for you guys. And I also have something else special for you all tonight as well. So let's see here. Before we end the show, let's see if we can't tell you all the Dan story here while I upload something here. So Dan was over on Kennedy's show, Always Irish, and I was in the chat with everybody over there, having a good time, watching Johnny lose his mind, and all of a sudden, in walks Dan to the conversation in the chat. Caden the man, Caden Diesel Freak is his handle now. Caden the Diesel Freak, and I flat out say he's saying something about Chris, and Burks is over there. Burks is poking at him a little bit, talking about how Chris kicked him off and how Dan's been kicked off of just about every show there is. And I say to Caden, I go, Caden, look, I'm not going to let you back on until you tell the truth. Where did you go to high school? Where did you play? He goes, well, I was homeschooled, but I played football at a high school. I said, great. I don't care that you were homeschooled. Where did you play high school ball at? I wanted to know the truth. And I knew based off of his location and what counties he was talking about that there was a very good chance he went to this particular school. And so I was looking up one night some different schools. And sure enough, he tells me what high school he played for. It's Madison Plains High School. Madison Plains High School, I believe it's in Logan County. Okay. It's next to London, Ohio. Okay. Madison Plains. Might not be Logan. Might be Madison County. I think it's Madison County. Madison Plains High School. All right. You guys ready for this? Here are Madison Plains High School's records while supposedly he was playing for Madison Plains and he got 100 sacks. Madison Plains in 2021 had an impressive record of 1-9. 1-9. In 2022, Madison Plains was 2 wins to 8 losses. They finished 0-8 in the Ohio Heritage Conference, right? In 2023, Madison Plains was 1-9. 1-9. They were 1-7 in conference play. So I don't know exactly what Caden's talking about here, but if he recorded 100 sacks like he says he did, boy, the record on those teams, not very good. Not very good. So it is what it is, guys. Now that I know where he played, the next time he says to me that he had 100 sacks, I am going to tell him I'm calling up the coach. I'm going to call his coach up at Madison Plains and be like, all right, dude, tell me about this Caden guy that you supposedly had that was just an absolute stud linebacker, cracking helmets, did he say he was a 4-star? I believe he said he was a 4-star recruit that apparently you can't find anywhere on 247 Sports. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Burks. Appreciate that, man. Oh, dude, you're in New York. Dude, that's cool. I guess we're gonna be traveling through that way. So if Dan has the guts to ever call back in, he needs to tell me the absolute God honest truth and stop creating this facade in his head about being a 4-star, unbelievable. By the way, if he had these 100 sacks, he would have broken the state record, which I also looked up too. So none of that occurred, my friends. None of that. I mean, none of that occurred. All right, let me add here real fast the latest and greatest for you all. Something very, very special. Let me see here. I thought I had it ready. Maybe not. Here it is. All right. It's loading. While it's loading, I'm going to give me 1 second, everybody. Somebody's knocking on my door. Give me 1 second. Whoa! Biggie Pod's in the house. What is up, everybody? What is up? Hey, listen. We might be Boggsy might be turning 44, but Biggie Pods, he's dropping dimes tonight, everybody. The latest and greatest. Enjoy.
Well, I'm Biggie Pods, I drop dimes galore. You might talk loud, but I bring much more. With my super slick takes coming out the booth. Biggie Pods on the mic, yeah, I'm bringing the truth. I'm a Buckeye baller, not a Michigan caller. If you reppin' maize and blue, man, don't even bother. Spitting stats so clean, I got that game know-how. And if you chirp my team, I shut you down. Script Ohio, fans going wild in the shoe. Taking calls on the show, yeah, I'm speaking what's true. Rolling deep in the pod with the mic on lock. Dropping heat every week, I don't ever stop. Stacking episodes, watch the numbers rise. Feeling good as gold with that Buckeye pride. A podcast villain with the passion that hits. And with my crew behind me, I'm never calling it quits. Cause I'm a host, having fun. Never hit record without bringing that run. Sound so strong, got the fans all buzzing. Boy, you should've known by now. Pods does it. Fresh Biggie Pods. Kick that beat. Where you from, fool? OHIO. Rolling down High Street, shouting OH. Every Michigan fan better clear the way to the folks on the corner repping scarlet red. We taking over this town just like I said. A Buckeye tailgate, yeah, I'm dropping some bars. Breaking down matchups, stats and stars. Tossing facts so fast, my takes hit home. Making Michigan fans wish they stayed at home. Laughing at the doubters saying y'all ain't legit. Till the Buckeyes steamroll, every drive's a hit. They get salty, start talking real loud. But when Pods drops bombs, I silence the crowd. No weapons, just words, that's the way I fight. Turn the volume up loud every game night. Cause I'm a host, having fun. Calling plays with the mic, yeah, I get it done. Smacking rivals so clean, you ask who was it? Boy, you should've known by now. Pods does it. Now let me break it down, just a quick little tale from the podcast game where the truth prevails. About a poser fan, one of them bandwagon types trying to talk Buckeyes, but his knowledge ain't right. Used to rock Michigan gear, thinking that was tight, but got schooled so bad he switched sides overnight. Tried to step to the mic, but got shown the door. Now he's sitting in the crowd begging Pods say more. I don't need no beef, I just bring the facts. Got loyal fans from Dayton to the heart of the flats. Big Ten reppin', Buckeyes on my mind. And if you doubt the squad, then you way behind. So I stay on the grind, keep the takes real mean. Now my podcast shine like a championship ring. With the beat knocking heavy and the truth so raw. You better tune in fast or get left in awe. Cause I'm a host, having fun. Never missed a snap since I begun. Sound so sharp, got 'em yelling, who does it? Boy, you should've known by now. Pods does it. OHIO. Biggie Pods dropping heat on the radio. If you rock with that team up north, you best be gone. This the Buckeye Zone, and we bring it strong. OHIO. Biggie Pods dropping heat on the radio. If you rock with that team up north, you best be gone. This the Buckeye Zone, and we bring it strong.
Dude, come on. That's really good. Yeah, Matty B, pretty flat for a white guy. That's right. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. Oh. There ain't no way my wife would let me wear this anywhere in public with her. Sarah said she's checking the suitcase. Oh, this is so good. I like the look. I like it. I kind of feel like this suits me. I don't know, man. Biggie Pods, dude. Okay, seriously. Was that not really good? Like that I don't know, dude. I think you're right. I think you're right, dude. Bobby, I honestly think AI is better at making raps today than today's artists. 100%. 100%. Like I can't tell you of the last hip hop or rap song I listened to that I was like, oh, that's enjoyable. I can't tell you. I have no idea. But that was I like that, dude. I've been sitting on this one for about a month and a half. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, the chat, you guys are freaking awesome. I have had so much fun tonight. Again, thank you everybody for super chats tonight. The natural with a $20 birthday super chat. Lucia, thank you so much for the $10 super chat and for becoming a member this past month. Your t-shirt is in the mail. Bobby Mack with a $2 happy birthday holla. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you so much, Bobby. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun tonight, guys. I am looking forward to spending a week away from everything, getting away with my wife and celebrating 10 years of marital bliss. Um, yeah, look, yeah, okay, legit. B Moses is good. You guys are 100% right. That guy has got a lot of talent. You are absolutely right. I take back my comment. B Moses has got some good stuff, man. Yeah, absolutely. He's got more talent when it comes to his rapping skills and his little finger than I do in my whole body. That is 100% sure. All I do is use AI for this stuff. But yeah, Mechadon's another good one too. Yeah, Buckle Up was awesome. And shout out to TG and Sean who had Mechadon on their show on Tuesday. Go check that out. We're gonna repackage that one as a Buckeye interview for all of you. Um, there ain't no way, Chris. There's no way Biggie Pods rocks a Speedo. Not gonna happen. But anyways, we are thankful for each and every single one of you and all you guys do here at the OHIO podcast. I appreciate all of you. It's been awesome summer so far. We're gonna go have ourselves a week of time away. Chris, Sean, and TG are gonna be taking care of shop this week for here at the OHIO podcast. Don't forget to go over to the College Huddle. The College Huddle is growing. It's growing. We're doing 2 shows a week over there currently. It's getting good. We're getting better. The College Huddle is growing. Very excited to see where that goes in the coming season as well. So go check that out. Make sure that you're subscribed over there so you don't miss anything. Have some really good interviews coming up. Have a great interview with our Marshall friends, the Thundercast. Those guys are great. Marshall had a huge setback in their program after winning the Sun Belt Conference. Their coach and half the roster left before their bowl game, and what transpired, they go into great detail about that. It's a really good interview. That'll be dropping Saturday, so don't miss that. And so yeah, go check that out, everybody. Again, thank you everybody who called in tonight. Thank you everybody for the super chats. We got some big things coming down the pike this summer. Make sure you're tuned in for all of it, and have a healthy, happy, and safe 4th of July tomorrow, everybody. Make sure you back it up, Terry. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, do yourself a favor. Put that in the Google machine. Back it up, Terry. It's a classic. It's one of the best videos you can watch. So go check that out, everybody. On the way out, I'm going to play it again for all of you. Let's let's have a little bit of fun, shall we? I'll move the background so you guys don't have to look at my ugly face anymore. But with that, let's see here. Here we go. Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a great day, great holiday. Be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. Sing Carmen, Ohio with all your heart. Till next time. OH, go Bucks. Have fun. Biggie Pods out.
Well, I'm Biggie pods, I drop dimes galore. You might talk loud, but I bring much more. With my super slick takes coming out the booth. Biggie pods on the mic, yeah, I'm bringing the truth. I'm a Buckeye baller, not a Michigan color. If you reppin' maize and blue, man, don't even bother. Spitting stats so clean, I got that game know-how. And if you chirp my team, I shut you down. Script Ohio, fans going wild in the shoe. Taking calls on the show, yeah, I'm speaking what's true. Rolling deep in the pod with the mic on lock. Dropping heat every week, I don't ever stop. Stacking episodes, watch the numbers rise. Feeling good as gold with that Buckeye pride. A podcast villain with the passion that hits. And with my crew behind me, I'm never calling it quits. Cause I'm a host, having fun. Never hit record without bringing that run. Sound so strong, got the fans all buzzing. Boy, you should've known by now. Pods does it. Fresh Biggie pods. Kick that beat. Where you from, fool? OHIO. Rolling down High Street, shouting OH. Every Michigan fan better clear the way. To the folks on the corner repping scarlet red, we taking over this town just like I said. A Buckeye tailgate, yeah, I'm dropping some bars. Breaking down matchups, stats and stars. Tossing facts so fast, my takes hit home. Making Michigan fans wish they stayed at home. Laughing at the doubters saying y'all ain't legit. Till the Buckeyes steamroll, every drive's a hit. They get salty, start talking real loud. But when Pods drops bombs, I silence the crowd. No weapons, just words, that's the way I fight. Turn the volume up loud every game night. Cause I'm a host, having fun. Calling plays with the mic, yeah, I get it done. Smacking rivals so clean, you ask who was it? Boy, you should've known by now. Pods does it. Now let me break it down, just a quick little tale from the podcast game where the truth prevails. About a poser fan, one of them bandwagon types trying to talk Buckeyes, but his knowledge ain't right. Used to rock Michigan gear, thinking that was tight, but got schooled so bad he switched sides overnight. Tried to step to the mic, but got shown the door. Now he's sitting in the crowd begging Pods say more. I don't need no beef, I just bring the facts. Got loyal fans from Dayton to the heart of the flats. Big Ten reppin', Buckeyes on my mind. And if you doubt the squad, then you way behind. So I stay on the grind, keep the takes real mean. Now my podcast shine like a championship ring. With the beat knocking heavy and the truth so raw. You better tune in fast or get left in awe. Cause I'm a host, having fun. Never missed a snap since I begun. Sound so sharp, got 'em yelling, who does it? Boy, you should've known by now. Pods does it. OHIO. Biggie pods dropping heat on the radio. If you rock with that team up north, you best be gone. This the Buckeye Zone, and we bring it strong. OHIO. Biggie pods dropping heat on the radio. If you rock with that team up north, you best be gone. This the Buckeye Zone, and we bring it strong.